not going to sit there. I don't believe that Jerry Jones, and I don't think I would do the same thing.
Hey, there you go. Can you hear me, boss?
Yeah.
Oh, you sound great. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh, we go. We ready.
I guess I need to turn on my light. It needs to look professional.
No, it actually looks cool without the light.
Yeah, but
You look like almost like a black and white version of yourself.
there you go. Hey, boss.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Pepsi.
We're not gonna make any. We're not gonna talk about any changes right now.
Yeah, we're not talking about any changes. Yeah, we're gonna sling blade. We're gonna sling blade to the team. We're gonna sling blade. Sometimes I put some hot mustard on it. Yeah, got mustard.
So weird to watch Jason Garrett standing next to Devin McCourty talking about the Jones clip, and Jason Garrett's like, well, they're gonna respect the coaches and the players. They'll give them some time. They'll talk it over, and then Devin McCourty's like, yeah, if you got Belichick, you wouldn't show up for a playoff game like that. Like, oh my god, what a diss!
It's brutal. So, the statistic, just FYI. Hello to everyone watching on the YouTube, the Twitter, Twits, and Facebook at SportsBuckaroo. Hello to you. Thank you for checking in with us. It is a lovely day to be talking about Wild Card Week in football. We are going to get into a little bit of the Rams and Lions, but of course, the big story is Mike McCarthy is terrible and should be fired. Fun statistics. So dig this. 2-21 is what Mike McCarthy is when he's down by 14 in the last 3 seasons. Or something. Or in his career or whatever it is. Like, he's terrible, basically. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you were just silently shocked. Like,
like, well, no, it's because this shouldn't be a shock to anyone who followed him since the Green Bay days.
Yeah, it's like fascinating to me because what's happening is let's see how do we put this? Jerry Jones is asked point blank after the game, and his response is, I just haven't thought about it, and this is the most disappointing playoff loss in my lifetime, basically. I mean, let's just string that logic together. Where are we going?
Well, the crazy thing is, it's like you can't. So the coaching matters. I know it's the players, but like it seems like he thought he had a Super Bowl team right there, and he doesn't, because the coaching they can't overcome the coaching.
Yeah, and the thing is on paper, like so I remember when they hired him and they did like this weird like due diligence thing, and they had Jason Garrett kind of like hanging out in the office still, like didn't know if he was fired or not, kind of weird stuff, It was like
he's still getting coffees.
Yeah, it was really strange. But so basically I remember this vividly, that when he was hired, my gut told me no, but then my brain was like, well, maybe he did win a Super Bowl. He does have kind of that Holmgren kind of old school, kind of vibe to him. So maybe he can be the disciplinarian, like that's what this team needs. Like I intellectually convinced myself for like that off season. We had these conversations actually in real time. And at the end of the day, it was like, and I'm going to tell you honestly, the one thing that I love about Mike McCarthy, because I'm about to crap all over Mike McCarthy forever, but this is the one thing I love. So I just want to. The drafts have been absolutely out of the park. Him in the draft room is actually the value that Mike McCarthy brought. I would actually move him over into like player personnel like acquisition. I think he is great at assessing talent and putting talent like he could actually slot into like an assistant GM role. He's not a terrible human being. He's just terrible with the headset on the sidelines while the clock is spinning and people are running around hitting each other. That's where he's bad. Everywhere else, I frickin' like the guy. I don't dislike him. He's
Yeah.
just he's just not the person I want like being the decider uh with all the stuff on the field. Like while the game's being played. Anyway.
Yeah, I think that clearly Green Bay came in with a game plan and exploited some things and like had a clue like how they were going to win this game, and it just doesn't seem like the Dallas Cowboys had any answers for anything, and it was just bad.
Yeah, it
And I
was
think that's the problem with McCarthy is you just don't know what you're going to get from one week to another. It's like, I mean, was this just a terrible matchup for them? It just seems like they were just the defense was horrific. I
yeah,
don't
I
even
feel
I don't
like
get it.
when okay, so to me, what obviously the San Francisco game was just bad. I think I think they were just cocky and went out there and just crapped the bed and had a good time in California. And that kind of like popped them in the mouth, and they kind of turned the ship around. And then they kind of laid an egg against Philly a little bit, right? And
Yeah,
they should have beaten Philly in Philly, and it was terrible game management at the end that cost them that game. Then fast forward to they're just gonna give up games to Buffalo and Miami, which were two totally winnable games. They just happened to like piss them away, and it's like if they win either of those games, they're like the division champ, and they can already rest people for the final week or two.
yep.
Like, it's just a completely different framework, and they don't seem to have that. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I call it the Cabo curse. Literally, ever since Tony Romo went to Cabo, this team in the postseason feels like they just don't. Maybe it's before Cabo. It was the Romo fumbled snap.
Yeah,
That was the same thing. They just don't feel like they're a December January team. They're a summer camp team when all of the lights are on and all of the hope and it's like wildcatting. It's like this is gonna be the glory hole. This is where we're gonna hit and strike oil. And someone else has drunk Jerry's milkshake. That's
it's just so bad, and I think I don't disagree with any of that, but uh, like the the team, it's if you have a home game
right.
and the team is a decent roster, you have talent, and you just don't. It wasn't even competitive, really. I know the score wasn't that bad, towards the end, but it
Deceitful.
wasn't
The final
competitive for
final
like
was
three
deceitful.
quarters.
Yeah.
It was really bad for 3 quarters.
I mean, the game was over after the pick six.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was the nail in the coffin right then.
So, I mean, they're already talking. Harbaugh and Vrabel's names are actually getting 60% plus on like the polling of what they're preferring. Belichick only has a 25% favorability rating right now, and only like 6% want McCarthy back. And I'm thinking, are those just Philly trolls? Like who are those 6%? Come on, there's no
Well,
way.
let's just give them three. If I heard this right, 3 years in a row they were one and done in the playoffs.
Technically, so it was one and done the first year with McCarthy,
Yep.
and then there was the Dak injury, so they didn't even make the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Then it was one and done Then it was one. Oh, then it was beat Tampa Bay and then lost in the divisional to San Francisco and then
Oh,
won in.
okay.
So, but they never got like to or through the divisional round ever. So, yeah,
So let me
terrible.
tell you something. I didn't even think about Vrabel. If Vrabel was available, I would get him in a second. He would be
Oh my god,
awesome in
I would have
Dallas.
already called him by now. I like
Oh my
literally.
lord, you get him over Belichick any day of the week.
He's young, got a lot of energy, has something to prove, has a chip on his shoulder,
Yeah, oh
wants
yeah.
wants a GM who's gonna get him talent. This dude went to Arrowhead and almost won with Tannehill. Like,
And don't forget, the Titans didn't have like a ton of like offensive talent. They were basically like relying on the running back, and then you
you're
have to, like you said, you have to deal with Tannehill. Like give him like he would absolutely kill it with the
oh,
roster that Dallas has.
oh, it
Of
would be a
course, everybody's gonna want out before he gets there. But
well, the thing is if you go to someone like Vrabel, if you get him, do you maybe like hold on to some people? Does like Micah Parsons not leave, right?
well, I'll tell you, you would Vrabel would be way better than Belichick at
Oh
Dallas.
yeah.
It's not even.
Why would you get a
I'm telling you.
72-year-old? I don't want to sound ageist or whatever the ism is,
No,
but
but it
like,
matters. It matters because
yeah,
the players will relate to Vrabel. It'll be similar to like how Detroit kind of rallied around
man,
Dan Campbell.
absolutely.
You know.
Oh my gosh, a Vrabel Dan Campbell rivalry would be amazing over the next decade. I'd love to see it. So here we are in the second half, by the way, of Detroit, Los Angeles. Are you? Is it on your boob tube?
So I can't tell. Okay, so Detroit just kicked a field goal,
Yeah.
and for some reason they cut to McVay being very excited about that. But I don't know why he would be super excited about them getting a score.
Well, I think what it
But
does is it puts them within a touchdown now, so now they can tie it.
okay,
Basically, they find so basically, it's a it's a Pyrrhic victory in the sense that the Lions were just marching down and scoring touchdowns, right?
oh yeah.
So now it looks like they got a chance to tie it on this next. So this is going to be a really good game, and what's amazing is I honestly believe the 49ers are rooting for the Rams right now because they sure as heck don't want to face the Packers. The Packers look really good.
And I'll tell you, I'd much rather see the Packers San Francisco game.
Oh yeah.
And then who would Detroit play if Detroit won?
They're gonna play the winner of the Buccaneers Eagles tomorrow night.
Oh God, that would be the best thing for the Lions.
Yeah,
I
for
would
sure.
think.
Absolutely. It would be a lot of fun. So right now, I'm like trying to wrap my head around who I'm pulling for. I basically just don't want to see the 49ers or the Ravens because they're like so dominant. It's just not as like I would rather see the Packers or the Texans or the Lions,
Like worst case scenario, the Super Bowl.
Bills.
Worst case scenario, Super Bowl is 49ers and Ravens.
Oh god.
That's just awful.
Yeah, that would be just like, okay, get your cheese dip,
Yep,
we'll sit here, we'll talk about it. There'll be like a horrible officiating moment. There'll be
yep,
a
that
really
would be
stupid
horrible.
halftime with drones and like some corporate sponsor. And it's just, it just would be like everything we hate about it.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
yeah, I think at the end of the day though, it's going to be really interesting to see how, how this plays out tomorrow because do you do you have a sense that the Steelers could upset the Bills?
Uh, I I kind of felt that the Steelers could upset the Bills, yes, but now that you know, who knows where the Steelers are? Who knows what their travel situation is?
Yeah,
Who knows what the weather's going to be? Like the Steelers are not very good. The
right.
Steelers are definitely not as good as the Bills. However, the Bills have been choke artists, and they can absolutely blow this game.
Oh,
I
100%.
would think the Bills should win because they're just better than the Steelers.
Right.
But it would not shock me if the Steelers somehow. The thing with the Steelers is you never know which quarterback's going to play. You never
Right.
know what you're going to get. So it's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bills are not as good this year as they were last year, in my opinion. Very,
What's
very, very nuanced differences, but I think they're just a little bit off this year. I think they were better last year.
Yeah, I feel like the Bills are kind of like the AFC's version of the Cowboys, where they've got so much talent, and for some reason they just can't seem to put it together on the
Correct.
postseason run,
Yep.
and it's just like massive disappointment. And honestly, so I guess I'm gonna have to get behind the Bills this year. I'm gonna have to get behind so let's see. Hold on, the Texans are well. I guess Texans will go to the Ravens if the Bills win.
Right.
And then the Chiefs will go to Buffalo.
And I would like to see. I would love to see the Houston Texans go to Ravens. That'd be interesting.
Oh my gosh, I think they will shock. I think CJ Stroud will shock the Ravens 100%.
And that's weird because Baltimore is just far enough south where the weather's not as bad, generally speaking. So it's not going to be like this horrible, difference for the Texans. Like I think Miami playing in -22 is horrible for them.
Right.
But I think like the Houston going to Baltimore, that's not that bad.
Yeah, I agree. It's like let's see, I think that's the right one. Is that the right one? Yeah. So yeah, I feel like I'm most curious about Baker Mayfield tomorrow night.
Now he's been beat up. He's the guy, man. I would love to get him as our bridge quarterback. I'd love to get Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I feel like, Cleveland kind of gave up on him a little too easily, and I feel like was it Carolina where he was? And
Yeah, he was with Carolina, and that team sucks, so you can't blame him.
yeah, and so then he went. I feel like the 49ers missed the opportunity
He
last
would be
year.
great. He would be very good with San Francisco's offense.
That would have been an amazing opportunity for them to back up Purdy with someone who is just absolutely phenomenal. Let me see if I've got. Let's see if it'll let me do it. Oh, it will! Yay! Hey, there we go.
Here's the thing, though. Can I just diverge for a second?
Please
How
do.
is it that a team like the Rams can hit on a rookie wide receiver in the 5th freaking round in the Kua, and the Patriots can't ever get a wide receiver in any round, in any year, in any draft?
Right?
How is it possible that the Rams can? He's
I have
freaking fantastic.
no idea.
Oh,
It's unbelievable.
it is unbelievable. Like, he's a 5th rounder and he's lighting it up in this game in the playoffs.
And that's what I don't understand about all this in general. Like, the whole like paying all that money to trade for Russell Wilson stuff. It's
Right.
like, why would you pay all that money to trade for Russell Wilson when Stroud was coming? Like, trade
Right.
away all that draft capital and go get what just happened right there? Wow.
This is crazy.
Wow. That was phenomenal. These, like, I'm telling you, the Rams and the Packers are two teams that you just do not want to be facing.
Nope, they're both very good.
Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. So,
But the Rams are like one of those teams that's hard. It's like I wouldn't want them in the Super Bowl, but man, they are pretty good.
well, I mean, they obviously won recently, so they've got
Right.
enough talent, like in the pool.
Oh yeah.
They've got enough people who understand how to like be clutch, and really, that's kind of like the difference. I feel like the Cowboys, don't have that ability to like be. I feel like the Cowboys don't have that ability to be clutch because they haven't had the players experiencing getting through the divisional, the title, and the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm just. It makes you realize that there is something to be said about having a competent like scouting organization, and we clearly don't have that, and the
Right,
Rams clearly have that because this
right,
team has been completely turned over since the Super Bowl win. There's only 5 guys that are on this roster that were on that team,
right,
and they're still freaking really good.
right. Yeah,
Like, how is that possible? If it shouldn't be possible, like according to Patriots logic, it's impossible that the Rams could be good right now.
right. Yeah, and what was weird though is the Patriots were very much that way in the early 2000s. They were
Right.
able to just like churn, and Kraft didn't care. He was gonna like just he was gonna grab some linebacker, pay him league minimum, and they were a freaking all pro. It was
Yeah,
just
plug them in.
it was
Yep.
unbelievable. I mean, who it was like Sony Michel as the running back. It's like
Yep.
what's just happened?
Yep.
And that was what I was like. I always got frustrated watching the Patriots' success because I was just, I'm watching Jerry Jones be a complete doofus for 3 decades.
Oh, looks like
And
Stafford might have got hurt. Oh, this could change things.
this
Oh, I'm
is
not
why
sure if I'm mad at you again.
yeah, you are about 20 seconds.
Stafford took a shot.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he got hit from the side and they got hit again. And he got knocked out. He
That,
got knocked out, dude.
he got the wind knocked out of him.
His eyes look like they're in the back of his head.
Well,
Oh
that's a
my
concussion.
lord.
That's concussion protocol right there.
Oh yeah, and I think he got the wind knocked out of him, and he
Oh,
might have broken
and
ribs.
he got stepped on.
There's no question he got knocked out just then.
His
He
face is
got
his face is so red. That
he got knocked out, and he's probably got cracked ribs. This is gonna change things if he can't come back in the
wow.
game. Oh my lord, you can see McVay's freaking out right now.
Oh my goodness.
Watch this. Hits from the side. Hits. Oh, he gets hit right in the head. Then his head hits the turf.
And then the cleat in the shoulder.
Oh, and then he got a cracked rib probably. Oh, he's toast.
Terrible.
God. So this is gonna be good for Detroit if he can't come back.
His face is so red. I can't believe it. I hope he's
I I'm amazed though how both of these teams are able to move the ball down the field
right.
throughout the game. It's rather amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Goff's only like choked one time so far, which is really good for him.
Yeah.
God. So
Yeah.
back to the Cowboys chit chat.
Yes.
What what was the tenor post game? People are just ready to. You're
Uh,
saying there's still some people who want to wait and
all
see,
the
try it again.
all the fans calling in are done. They're ready to just blow it up. They'd rather blow
Nice.
it up and start over than basically they're like, hey, if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result, you're crazy. So like they're right now they say everything's on the table. New quarterback, new coach, new defense coordinator. Literally every single asset is on the table to restructure this thing.
Yep.
And I don't blame them because the thing is you can't you can't keep selling this bill of goods to us, right? And the problem is when they get good like this, right? It's even worse and more devastating, right? I'd much rather them be a 9-7 wild card team, right? And like just eke in, and then it's like it's just house money, right? I'd rather them just be a house money team
Yep.
than anything else. And so, Yeah, so the whole vibe here is basically McCarthy's pretty much gots to go. Uh, Dak and McCarthy both have 1 year remaining on their contract, so there's an outside chance that Jerry would just hold his hand, right, and ride out the contracts because financially that's like the it makes the most sense, right? Because you have them
Yeah.
both in a contract year and they have to deliver, and it's like, hey, if you want to re up, you got to win. Um, I think that's horribly dangerous because you put your quarterback in a situation where he doesn't want to get injured because he's basically in a contract year, and I don't know, it's just terrible. I think it's the worst possible situation. So I personally would trade Dak away. I would probably if Micah wants to go to Seattle with Dan Quinn, then get like a big old draft pick compensation because they got a ton of them from Denver. You know what I mean? So there's probably a way to Herschel Walker this deal.
Well, and here's the Here's the thing, though. It's like I suppose they could get another wide receiver. I suppose they could get a little bit more depth at running back. But it's not like it's a. It's not like they don't have any players. It's not like they have like so. It is. This is more like X's and O's and preparation and game plans and just
Management.
being more consistent. Yeah, it's exactly. So it's not like they don't have talent. My God.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna play. I have like this AI generated music. I'm gonna play it
Yay.
underneath. Tell me what you think of it. Let me see. Hold on. Here's corporate music. Let's see what that is. Let's see if it actually does it. Huzzah. Or maybe it won't do it. This is
While
really
you
cool software. It's
while
a
you're
little.
adding that, I will say that they're doing a really good job keeping Donald from having a game.
Oh yeah.
Detroit is. Oh yeah. Here we go.
So here's lo-fi. I don't know. Doesn't seem to want to. Doesn't seem to want to do it.
Well, I heard a little bit. Here we go.
That's a little too video game-ish. You do some epic. So anyway, but it's got this nice little music bed underneath of it. I really like this little production suite. It's pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with it overall because we're gonna be able to. I'm gonna be able to multi-purpose all of this stuff. So it's pretty exciting. So I've got uh, uh, a podcast I'm doing with my mom. I don't know if I had told you about it, but
Oh, interesting.
she loves to watch the American Idol and stuff, and so I started doing that with her, and so it's kind of cool. And so now I can basically set this up with her as kind of like an alternate thing, which is kind of fun. So that's kind of a fun little thing for me and her to do. And then
Like during the show.
yeah. So
Oh
we'll
wow.
basically do like a live reaction to the to the American Idol show. And then this like month we're watching this show on Netflix called The Trust.
The
So
trust.
yeah.
Interesting.
So do you have Netflix?
Yeah, I have Netflix.
Okay, do yourself a favor. Watch The Trust. It's a reality show, uh, but it's really cool. And essentially, the premise is about 10 people go to an island, and they're all told that if they hang out there and just wait it all out, they'll all walk away with 25 grand, right?
Nice.
But at any point, any of them, for any reason, can vote another person off of the island for no cause, right? Just because they want to.
Yep.
And then a smaller group of them split the pot, right? So basically, is someone going to get greedy and basically be a silent killer and whack all the people? So it's really cool to see if greed like overtakes everything, or if everyone just is cool and keeps their money. So
Oh, somebody will be bound to like do the bad thing.
Oh, it's incredible. So there's already 4 episodes out. So you should do yourself a favor, especially if you get snowed in. It'd be a perfect one. It was like the number 2 show on Netflix this week. So
Oh, interesting.
yeah, it was really good.
Oh, well, you gonna play music or no?
It's supposed to be playing.
I don't hear it.
Oh, it timed out. Yeah, so like basically the software's good, but it like kind of times out a little bit. So
Oh, now I hear it.
yeah, it's a little bit of jazz. I could try that. That doesn't sound like jazz. That
Doesn't
doesn't
sound
sound
like jazz at all.
I don't think the AI knows what it's doing. But anyway, what's cool is it's AI generated, so therefore it's copyright free. So like you're not gonna get tagged when you live stream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's the best.
I know. It's awesome. So you don't get harassed by the bureaucratic overlords.
Oh,
Um, all right, so uh, it's a Law and Order commercial. Has the game come back on yet?
yeah, well, they're doing a shot of the stadium, sort of panning. They went by Tiger Stadium. They're showing it downtown Detroit.
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, Detroit's actually not bad looking. It's just that
You don't
you
actually
can't
like
you
be
can't
inside and
actually
walk
walk
around.
outside or go down. You can't go outside without getting killed. But
It's very photogenic.
and by the way, can I just say something about Detroit?
I
I'm not
mean,
sure if you've
okay,
ever been to Michigan, but
I've been
but
through. Yeah,
so you know how like Eminem had 8 Mile
yeah, I remember.
and
It.
like he's from 8 Mile and whatever.
Right,
So like the state of Michigan is a grid. It's like all
right.
of the roads go from one side of the state to the other side.
Yes,
And so it just goes from like 6th mile, 7th mile, then it's 8 mile. But like
right,
8 Mile is like 500 miles long. So
right,
like, how do I know that he was like in the bad section? Like really, like he might have been in like a really good section,
right.
or like somewhere else on 8 Mile. Because I'm
Yeah,
like, because I was like, oh, 8 Mile must be like this like place you go and it's all hood. And I drive by it. I'm like, wait a second, it's freaking 8 miles, like 500 miles long. It's like, and then it's like 9 mile, and then it's like 10 mile, then it's like 11 mile, and it just keeps going up till you get to the top of the state. It's the most ridiculous thing. So I was really disappointed in the whole 8 Mile thing because it was really like, I'm like, well, the freaking road's like hundreds of miles long. What, like, he could be in the good section. Like, where's the bad section? Like, I
we
didn't
have
get it.
some streets like that in Dallas where you know if you there's one called there's a road in Dallas called Beltline. And
Yep.
it's like what it's like why is it called Beltline, right? And then you like look at the map and Beltline literally is a street, like a surface street, but it loops around the city like a belt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
And so but it's like at one point you could be going north and south on Beltline Road, and at another
Right.
point you're going like east and west on Beltline Road. So it's like and you're like miles upon miles apart from each other.
Right.
It's phenomenally bizarre. Uh, so I know
Yeah.
what you
So like,
mean.
you could live in some frou-frou suburb on 8 Mile that is nowhere near like where it's bad,
Right,
and then be like, oh, I'm all ghetto, man, and you're actually not because like you're hundreds of miles from where it's bad.
right,
So I was just very disappointed in the whole setup
yeah. Like
because
LA's
I wanted authentic 8 Mile, and I was like, this is just a highway that runs across the entire state. This is
yeah.
not what. This is like, what is this? I was like, I felt robbed.
Yeah, like LA's the same way where, in South Central, like Crenshaw's like one of the famous streets of like South Central and like
Oh yeah, yeah,
hood and all that.
Crenshaw, yeah.
But you know, as you go further north, you get like Crenshaw basically butts right into a place called like Hancock Park.
Yep.
is literally a beautiful, I mean, 10-20 million dollar homes, like, just
Oh
amazing,
yeah.
neighborhood. And so I remember I lived out there and worked out there for a little while. I remember I was working on a project, and they're like, oh yeah, so we're gonna be at this location, and it's on Crenshaw. And I was like terrified, right? Because like all I knew of Crenshaw was like, you
The
know,
Crips are gonna get me.
all the stuff. And
Yeah.
so I like, drive over there, and it's just this beautiful, you know,
Yeah.
lush yard. And I was like, where are we? And they're like, literally the city, I mean, the street of Crenshaw goes like, 20 miles, like
Right.
up and south. Like it's like just epic. And it's like, oh, I was like, okay. Like, now I understand what's going on. And so to your point, you know, what like how people who pull cred off of like addresses or street names or something. It's like you never know exactly. It's like the Karate Kid, right? It's like
Yeah.
that's the famous scene in the Karate Kid.
Yeah. You gotta know exactly what they're talking about.
So, how cold is it up there?
So it's weird. It was only it's been about 34 degrees, 32 to 34 degrees here all day, but it's weird because it's bitterly cold, and like it's weird because 32 degrees is not cold, but it felt frigid today. Like it was just bitingly cold. I don't know what was up. I think it was because of the wind or it was the right humidity or something. But it was like a nasty cold 34 degrees. Like I can't describe it. Normally 32 degrees, I'll go into my shorts and t-shirt.
Yeah.
But this was like, oh my god, you were just feeling it. So,
What's it?
and then we had like rain. We had torrential rain yesterday, and today we had like snow. And then it was like it looked like Dorothy, like Wizard of Oz. Like the sky was turning black, and it was just a bizarre weather day today. Then we had ice everywhere at one point. So it was nasty.
So we're having a hard freeze here, and so I had to like wrap up all the pipes and all that
Yep,
stuff, and we're
they'll
trickling
get you.
everything. And um so it hit what last night around, I think we finally went below freezing around 29 around 7 or 8 o'clock last night. So right, we're working like on about 24 hours now of below 30. We got down to like 13 last night. I think right now we are, let's see where we're at. We is coming in at 13 with a -2 still.
Whoa!
So we're in a hard freeze warning basically.
Wait a second. 13 degrees?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in a deep freeze, man. That's more than a hard frost.
Yeah. So basically, it's been 14 all day, basically.
Wow.
And then it's not gonna get back over 20 until about noon tomorrow. So anyway, there's gonna be some busted pipes in this city for sure.
No, so you saying like when you say cover your pipes, you guys don't shut the water off, you just cover them?
Yeah. So I mean, we can shut it off, right? But they've done a pretty good job. The city can handle kind of like about between 36 and 72 hours, you know, uh,
Okay.
pretty well, because everything's kind of, what is it, 3+ feet underneath.
Oh, okay. So you got some wiggle room.
Yeah, it's really loamy soil here, so it is. But there are some places that they just basically buried their water like a foot under, and they're screwed.
No, but you have like your spigots and stuff are all shut off, right? To the outside of the house.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Because that's what happens here. You forget to turn them off, and next thing you know, your outdoor freaking faucet is cracked. So
Right.
that's what. But that happens usually in November.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that's basically the whole idea. Is so I wrapped them all last night. Got
Yeah.
them all
Oh,
up.
good.
So anyway, we'll hope that they actually did their thing. So
Oh yeah. Like yeah, that's the other thing. Um, I was reading this article on electric cars, and it was like you can't really charge. You can't really run the heat. Like they're terrible when it's cold. You know what I mean?
right,
So people have them up in Canada, and they literally can't charge them because you can't you'll freeze to death trying to charge the car if you don't run the heat. And then if you run the heat while you're charging it, it takes like 20 hours. So
right,
like everything it's just not a good idea if it's cold to have an electric car.
right. Yeah, absolutely, dude. The Rams moved all the way down into
Yeah,
Spain.
I was just noticing this. This is not going to be good. Um, this is not going to be good if the Rams take the lead here for Detroit.
Like they might actually panic here.
Right. And they're running out of time.
So did Stafford come back?
Yeah, he's back.
No. Wow.
Yeah. I
They're
didn't
gonna
think he'd be back, but
they're gonna
he's
launch
back.
an investigation into that. I guarantee you. All right, so that's first and goal. Oh, we got a little bit of extra activity there, and they aren't showing it. That's interesting. Did someone run onto the field?
Oh, is that what's going on?
Usually, when they pull away from the field and there's activity and hustle and bustle, sometimes that kind of
Yeah,
nonsense.
that was a really weird camera angle all of a sudden.
So,
Let's
okay,
see. Let's see. Um, yeah, if you definitely don't want the Rams to score here. This could be bad.
worst case scenario for Detroit. I mean, best case scenario for Detroit is it's a 1 point game, right? So,
Looks like Anzalone got hurt. He's sitting on the sideline.
wow.
Something's up.
Mm, I'm not a fan of the all blues.
Now they just cut the commercial for no reason. Like something's up on the field. Has to be something going on.
Did someone fall over or something? They hope they didn't have like another Hamill situation or
They
whatever.
just they showed Anzalone sitting on the sideline and not getting up. He was sitting. He wasn't like laying there. He was sitting there, and then they cut away and went to a commercial. It's weird.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so hopefully mm, hopefully this will all turn out okay. Oh man. So what's going on with Boston? Anything exciting with the baseball?
No. Basically, the baseball is we're not going to spend money anymore, and so come see Fenway Park because that's all we're going to do. But the good news is they moved Chris Sale,
Yeah.
which is I suppose good, but I'm not holding my breath for anything. It's basically they're now moved on to signing. I think they want to sign Mbappe to Liverpool, and that's where they're going to focus on their spending. So he's going to cost like 100 million. So like they ain't spending on the Red Sox no more. Team is done. So we will just watch them devolve into obscurity. So Red Sox, they're not spending. Celtics, very super good. Should win the whole thing this year if they can maintain it and stay healthy. And Bruins look really good overall. And the
Right.
Patriots are obviously a train wreck.
Yeah. Uh it seems like Boston went through like a very dry spell, and then it was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna give you a bunch of championships and appease
Yep.
you, and now we're gonna suck for a decade again. And it feels like y'all are going into that lull.
Fantastic defensive play here by Detroit.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah, I just came back. Yep. So it's gonna be a 1 point game. Wow. That throw is a little bit.
It wasn't a great throw, but it was good defensive play. No, there's not enough contact there for that's
So are
not
they gonna
pass
are they gonna
interference.
go for it here? Or are they gonna?
Well, they have enough time to not go for it, but no, they're taking the points.
Yeah. I think make it a field goal game right here,
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
and then that way, if you hold them to a field goal, you can beat them, or if they score a touchdown, you can get a 2 point conversion to tie. So McVay is a much better coach than McCarthy.
Oh yeah, Big Fan is good. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a problem with him as a coach. I just don't really like the Rams brand. I don't.
Well,
I
I
don't
hate
like.
the new logo and
Yeah,
I hate
I
the
hate it.
new colors.
Yeah,
It's
it should have gone with like a better color blue and a gold. I liked it the way it used to be. I don't like these color combinations at all.
yeah, I agree,
Um,
100%.
but or go with like a yellow that looks more like LSU's yellow. This is just some bizarre yellow that nobody likes.
Well, to me, it feels like that kind of like banana.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
feels like
gross.
like banana sickle or whatever, or the banana taffy. I don't know if you remember the banana
Oh
taffy.
yeah, banana taffy,
But
but it's almost like a little fluorescent-y too. It's like it's just gross. It looks like a tennis ball. Like it's
uh,
this weird yellow. It's hard to explain.
yeah, I
It's
absolutely.
just too bright. It's not a naturally occurring yellow color. I think that's what it doesn't seem like a yellow that you would ever see in nature.
Well, like
So
they went with the gold, so like why did they go back to the you know to me, if they were going to go back to the yellow, they should have gone back to the traditional yellow, not this. I mean, this
right,
this color is
exactly.
terrible. I mean, it almost feels like they have shared the Chargers yellow and blue to where it's like all of the branding around the stadium can be kind of close to the same color. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's
Like
part of it.
they're sharing a Pantone palette or something. It just I don't know, just not very exciting at all.
I would also say that yeah, um, I'm sort of getting sick of these grunk.
Uh oh, lost you. That was hilarious.
I'm back.
Yeah. I have to re-add you. So
Oh yeah.
you're getting sick of Gronkowski. I think.
No, I hate the Gronkowski ads, USA ads. I
Oh
think it gets old.
yeah. Like I love Gronkowski, but like, you ever meet someone who like kind of has a personality that's a shtick, and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's really fun for like 10 or 15 minutes, and
correct.
then in an hour you're like, oh my god, are you like this like 24/7? Like, is this like
That's exactly
actually
right.
who you are?
Yes.
And I Gronk is that way to me. Like I would love if I bumped into him, have the best 20 minutes ever. So fun. But like I couldn't imagine like 3 days.
No, you lose your mind.
Right? I'd be like, oh my god, make it stop. So
Yeah, it'd be kind of like certain personalities, like David Lee Roth. It'd be like super fun for an hour, and
yeah,
then you'd be like, dude, you're so like you got to stop. Like this, we can't do this anymore. Like
right.
there's certain personalities that are so overpowering that you just can't, and they're hard to take seriously because they seem like almost like caricatures of themselves.
Yeah.
Gronk is definitely one of those.
Yeah, absolutely uh um I don't know. I feel like there's just Like a big personality is great to have on your team or on your little broadcast there, but like it just if it's all the time, it's just epic. It's
Well, it's kind of like who's that guy that Pat McAfee?
oh,
Like this, I don't not like him, but for like a half hour. But it's like the tank top gets really old after like 30 minutes.
so I
They're
can do
like I can't.
I can do McAfee for college game day, like instead of the Lee Corso shtick. Like so they brought him
Oh
in.
yeah,
He's like replacing Corso.
oh yeah,
I'm totally down with Pat McAfee for like 30 to 45 minutes of college game day, right?
yep, that'll work.
But like I don't want to see him like at like halftime and then
Nope.
like after the game wrap where he's like wrestling with he's like you're the MVP of the game and he's like I just and make it stop. And
Yeah,
then I don't know how he got $80 million from some station to 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 do his thing. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. It's just to me he must be incredibly fun, like at the bar to hang out with. You know what I mean? Like he must be a really like so off camera. Like there are some people who are just really cool to hang with. Do you know what I mean? Like they know interesting food places. They know like cool drinks to order. Like they're interesting in that way. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
those people sometimes really succeed because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think what makes him unique is like he's got so many years in the league,
Yeah.
and he's relatively young, and there's not a lot of guys that come out of the league that have any personality.
Right.
that like and he's but the thing is though he's super ADD,
Oh,
and like I can read that, and it just after a while you just see his ADD come through, and it like just can
a
it
whip.
just it's tough, you know.
Yeah, it's a whip. Uh,
He's like super ADHD. Um,
yeah, I agree.
but no, I don't. But I think it's because they're stupid. It's like Spotify paying Joe Rogan all that money. It's like because you guys are just idiots. It's like you don't need to do that. It's like what the hell are you doing? He was basically just doing a show on YouTube.
Right.
Like why do you need to like why does ESPN like need to overpay him? But it is what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
He'll get kicked out of ESPN eventually, though.
Oh, he's gonna, he'll upset the overlords at some point.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna last because he'll grate on their nerves after a while. Because they like to talk about what they like to talk about.
Yeah. Well, that's why we get to talk about what we want to talk about.
And I'm not sure because I don't have ESPN, but his Tony, not Tony Hawk, AJ Hawk.
Yeah.
He used to smoke cigars on the show all the time. I don't know if ESPN lets him do that or not because that was his shtick. He'd always have a cigar. So I
Right.
don't know if he does that on ESPN. I'd be curious to
Do
see.
they have a vaping contract now?
Yeah, they must.
Like
They must.
like
I'm
with
sure they have.
with
I'm sure
Juul?
they have some like anti-smoking ban.
That's one of the things that like okay, so that's one of the things I don't understand, which is like let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I know how to turn off my TV with my Apple TV. Wow, no idea. So the Rams stopped him.
Yes,
Oh my gosh. It
this
just
isn't
got
going to be good for the. If Detroit can't stop him here, Detroit's going to be in big trouble.
okay, so there's 7 minutes left. The Rams could go here like on a 5 minute drive, score a touchdown, and go up by a field goal, right?
Yeah.
Because they're down 4.
Yep.
And then the question is, you're on the road. Do you go for 2 so you can go up 4, or do you just stay up 3? I think you stay up 3, but you just never know.
I think that Detroit is in trouble because their offense seems to be sputtering right now.
Yeah, so they're lucky. Well, I mean, I guess we could actually be witnessing just absolute heartbreak in Detroit. Because imagine you're a fan in Detroit, knowing that you're like the third seed and seeing the Cowboys get ousted. And then you're like, oh my gosh, we have like a clear path because we're going to play the winner of Philadelphia and the Buccaneers, basically, right?
Yep.
And then we just have to, either face San Francisco or Green Bay team that they already are really comfortable with.
Yeah.
Because, I think Detroit matches up really well against Green Bay. And so then this is like their opportunity. This is their window, their path. So I think it's really interesting.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
man.
my gosh, it's terrible.
Fighting through this cold, man. It's just killing me. Oh my God. Bear with me. You just start talking, and I can just feel my nose getting all stuffed up. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, there were some really weird colds that were going on down here. A bunch of people were getting like a little bug, but they didn't have a fever.
Yep.
It was really strange.
Exactly. That's what's going around.
So yeah, and then there was like some strange like RSVs, rhinoviruses, where like they're kind of like upper respiratory and like they didn't drop or anything, so it was just kind of like, take the zinc and just kind of feel a little stupid.
Not exactly.
So
fourth, it'll be interesting. There's going to be a game tomorrow, or 2 games tomorrow.
Yeah, because they moved the Steelers Bills.
No, I didn't realize the other game was also the Tampa Bay game. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So it'll be and it's like Martin Luther King Day, so it should be
a
holiday for most people, so or at least for banks. So you don't have to get your payment until Tuesday. All right. So all right, here they go. What does your clock say right now?
So it says 7:05.
All right, you're about 15 seconds ahead of me. That's not too bad.
What the hell happened to his hand? It's all messed up.
Okay, so my question though is, with 7 minutes and you're inside your own 10, why are you running a draw? Ouch! That looks like you lost a finger.
Yeah, it's weird.
But why are you running a draw? I mean, are you just trying to milk the clock? Like what are you?
Oh my God!
What are we doing?
Oh, Detroit, what are you doing? You're getting smoked by a rookie. Oh my God!
Wow!
I have a bad feeling these fans are going to go home very disappointed.
This is excellent TV right here. Oh my gosh.
Like a screen pass, and he just breaks tackles.
So the question is can McVay come and like run the offense for the Cowboys? Jeez Louise, can you imagine?
Well, it does matter when you have a good offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I mean, the Cowboys had a great offense in terms of like numbers, but I still think situationally they're terrible. So, oh my gosh, the Rams are going to do it, aren't they? Oh my God.
I just think what's going on with the Rams is they're really good at picking players.
Yeah, they're really good. I mean, and also the recruiting process has got to be pretty amazing because it's like, hey, you get to live in LA, you get to live in the good neighborhoods because you're going to be a millionaire and you're going to be around all of this like Tinseltown stuff and the weather's always perfect. I mean, if you're wealthy in Southern California, it's a completely different world,
Higbee got dusted. Oh my God, dude, watch this.
Here we go.
Higbee got wrecked.
Oh, ouch.
Oh, his knee too. Oh my God.
Hyperextended pretty bad?
Real bad. That could be like an ACL. Let's hope he didn't. No, he's. Oh.
Oh yeah, that's an MCL at minimum. Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
I mean, he's walking. So hopefully.
it dislocated.
Oof.
So that's definitely an MCL. He's out.
Oof.
It's a whole year for him. See ya. That's
That
terrible.
was bad.
That like basically can ruin the Rams season right there. Losing an option like that.
Jesus.
Ah, I
I'm actually
really.
surprised Stafford's been so good with this team. Like, he really has been pretty good.
I mean, he's like always great. So, he could have dislocated his knee
It's possible.
and not broken it,
Well,
but
it's
not.
possible he didn't. It's possible. Possibly just hyperextended it too. It's just tough to see how bad it really was.
Okay,
Wow, he's zinged that ball inside on. Wow,
that's amazing.
they need to slow this down right now, or else they are screwed.
Gosh, he has such a beautiful touch. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's too bad he wasted all those years with Detroit.
I know. How amazing if he comes up here and just puts a dagger in their heart. Literally, there are going to be people in Detroit who are just going to like forever hate him.
Well,
No.
the good news is the refs will get involved to make sure that they win.
Yep, here we go. You sure it's not a holding?
It looks like he called the holding.
Yeah. Backing him up. Okay, so I think I push him to fourth down here and decline it instead of giving him third down. I think you just go ahead and push him to fourth down right there. But I guess they're close enough for field goal attempt, maybe. I don't know.
There's still a lot of range right now.
Well, they just pushed him out, right? Because they put him right to the 40. So maybe they were like just close enough.
They're like right now they're at the 45.
Yeah, so they would have been at the 35. So that would have been about a 52-yard kick. So yeah, I guess I get it. So they need at least 10 yards. What's happening?
I don't know what is going on.
Oh, man, this league is an absolute clown show. Here we go.
Are they calling a false start? Like, neither coach knows what's going on. Like, why did they stop the game?
I have no idea. So the clock was supposed to be running or wasn't supposed to be running because did that penalty happen before 5 minutes? Do you know what I mean?
He just said reset the clock. I
Okay.
have no idea what even just happened.
So, yeah.
They didn't move them. There was no penalty.
Well, penalties stop the clock under 5 minutes, supposedly.
Uh-oh. Oh, thank God.
Here we go.
So are they going to attempt a long field goal?
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, he held them.
Did they call it?
Nope.
Oh my gosh, this league is a clown show. So do you punt it here?
You have to.
Oh.
They're too far for a field goal. You don't want to give them the ball back on the on your.
That is brutal. That is absolutely brutal that they didn't call that. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
That is on. I mean, he definitely held them. Tugged the jersey.
That's terrible.
Now the thing is, can Detroit move the ball. Because if Rams get the ball back, they're gonna win.
Right. Yeah. So this is all going to come down to their ability to control the ball here for the last
Oh
few
yeah.
minutes. Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Here we go. Hmm? Oh, I don't care. I just want it to be fun. I could care less who actually wins.
Well, no, I want Detroit to win.
Really?
Oh yeah, my man Dan Campbell.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're like a huge Dan Campbell fan.
Yep.
So I mean, I like the Lions. I think they're good, but and I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing them in the Super Bowl and Jared Goff kind of winning to be a nice poetic thing. But I also would love to see. Let's see. Hold on. The rain. So the Packers are already going to San Francisco no matter what, right? So basically, the winner of this game is going to face the winner tomorrow night. Because aren't the Packers the 7th seed? Yeah. So they're
I,
already yeah. So they're already facing.
I will say though that Stafford's definitely a better quarterback than Goff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Stafford's way better than Goff. Although statistically this year they're almost like identical, which is fascinating.
Yep. Yep.
I think Goff has a little bit more upside because he's younger.
Oh yeah, he's a lot younger.
Here we go. Here we go. So let's see what we got happening here. So how much time's left? I didn't see.
And then I don't have the clock yet. Matthew Stafford has thrown for 367 yards.
What?
Wow.
So there's 4 minutes left. Oh yeah, that's plenty of time. So LA's gonna get one more crack at it.
By the way,
yeah.
Pakua Nakua Paku Nakua has 181 receiving yards in this game.
Unbelievable.
Oh my god. So that's the difference between. So this is why you don't want Belichick,
right?
Because Belichick would never allow the play caller to target a rookie that many times. It would never happen.
Right.
He would just be like, "No, don't throw it at him under any circumstances."
Right.
That's why McVay is like a modern day coach.
Yeah, McVay's just like, hey, they're not expecting us to throw it to this guy.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh boy. We're almost there.
Oh, you got a first down. Oh yeah. Stay in
What?
bounds. If you run the clock, just don't. Whatever you do, don't turn the ball over.
That basically right there could have sealed the game because the Rams only have one more timeout. So it's going to the 2-minute warning before they get the ball for sure. So basically, they need to run the ball here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They don't need.
But you have to get within field goal range.
I think you just keep running the ball. I think if they pass it, they risk stopping the clock.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think you just go ahead and run it to the 2-minute warning. So first and second down, you run it.
Look at McVay thinking about what he's going to have to do. And Dan Campbell just firing up the troops.
See, I think you should call a timeout here. I would have called a timeout.
Well, the thing is, do you want to save the timeout for if you get the ball back?
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. It's second. And there, if you can stop them on second, third goes to the 2-minute warning. And so if you convert, then you're going to get the ball with 1:15. Now you're going to call. You can call the timeout on the other side still if you stop them, and that would be third down. But the clock. Oh, that's right. So he did the right thing. You're right. So let's see. Here we go. These commercials are so uninteresting.
Oh, it's horrible. Looks like what's her name got a lot of plastic surgery.
Yep, they sure did. Oh, here's Jake with State Farm.
Oh God.
I'm amazed that they turned what's his name into an actor, a comedic actor. That blows my
Who's
mind.
that?
The Andy Reid.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he's the king of comedy.
I mean, it amazes me. Like whoever his acting coach was is doing a pretty good job because he should be super stiff and he's not. Yeah, now he's just like a bad actor. Like he.
Oh, it's perfect for those commercials.
Did you see the ghost pass behind me?
Was there?
Yeah, it was like a ghost. This house is haunted. So
Nice.
oh man, it's hilarious. Here we go. Here we go. I need to take. Oh, you know what? Have you ever had these?
No.
Okay, have you ever had anything flaming hot?
Yes.
Like the Funyuns?
No. There's something called
Cheetos?
no, they're called
Takis?
Takis, and I've tried the flaming hot Cheetos, and I never feel like they're hot enough though.
So here, do yourself a favor. If you see these in the store,
I've seen them.
right? So it's the Cool Ranch, right?
Okay.
The Cool Ranch is like my favorite Dorito, actually. I just love the flavor of the Cool Ranch, right?
Oh man.
And so, but
But those are flaming hot.
so with Flamin' Hot with the Cool Ranch, it's phenomenal.
So the Detroit Lions just got. So how hot are they really though? Are they hot? Hot?
No, but they're like the perfect kind of spicy. It's like that spicy build kind of.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so that's a disaster, right?
No, they got a first down.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking for LA. Like
Oh
so.
yeah.
So
That's
basically, they
bad.
should have called the timeout at 2.5 minutes, right? Because now, with that first down, the clock stops at 2 minutes to second down, right? So now they lost an additional 45 seconds on this side of it.
See, I can't tell if Dan Campbell is pissed off or if he's happy. He's like screaming.
Yeah. He's not happy. Well, I mean, he's such a competitor, you know.
Oh yeah, he compete.
Wow. I can't believe this is going to be a 1-point game.
What? Why is he celebrating? What the hell just happened?
I mean, mathematically, they're going to win the game right here. Oh my God. What are we doing?
I don't understand.
My local news literally just shifted to some stupid weather report.
You got to be kidding me.
No. What?
All right, so basically, it's second and 11.
What is happening?
There's 1:18 on the clock. They're gonna kneel down. Victory formation. There's 1:07 left. It's 3rd and 12.
What are we doing?
They cut away from the game.
They cut away from the game, and now it literally just says Paramount Plus.
Oh my God.
And I don't know where my remote is to reboot my TV. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
So the Detroit fans are very happy they've actually won a playoff game. Victory formation.
Hang on a second.
The game is over. This is history, and you're not watching it. You just missed history. Oh my God. Folks, you just missed history. The Detroit Lions.
It looks like our local weather, like once the game was like in kneel down formation, just left the game and said, "Hey, snow is falling." And
You guys missed history. This is historic.
God, unbelievable.
Did you know, according to the announcer, unless you're more than 65 years old, you've never seen them win a playoff game.
What?
Yeah, the Detroit Lions have never won a playoff game unless you're more than 65 years old.
Wow, that's amazing.
Crazy.
There it is.
No, wait a second. Now they just said 1992 was the last time. What the hell?
They beat the Cowboys in '92.
Okay, so it's 92. So it must have been
I can't. I mean, I'm just
maybe
floored.
if
It's
you're
literally
65 years old. Huh, maybe the last time they went to an NFC championship game or something must have been 65 years ago. Something like that. I'm telling you though, man, it shouldn't have been this close. They got lucky. Why are they making this about Jared Goff?
unbelievable that the local news did that. I can't believe they did that.
You missed history, man. They just made history.
Unbelievable. These clowns. How do these people have jobs? So, okay. Um,
Now, does Detroit have to go on the road for the next game?
uh, no, not necessarily.
Ah.
No. Yeah, they're the third seed, so they host. They play the winner of Tampa Bay and Philadelphia.
I had to put you on. I had to come off my headphones because my phone was about to die.
Oh, that's okay.
Down go the Rams. Sean McVay go to Dallas, baby. Take the job. Aaron Donald was a non-factor today. Sad. See ya, Stafford. You sucked when you were here. We hate your guts. Wow. This is amazing.
I feel like there's a lot of people on the internet who are just not smart people.
Oh, yeah, that's most of it. What makes you say that?
Yeah. They just I don't know. I think they like read your tweet and then I don't think they really read it.
Oh, yeah. They react.
Yeah.
Oh, man. My Detroit Lions. They actually did it.
All right. Well, then should we do the wrap up?
Yeah, we'll wrap up because there's nothing more we can do right now. We have to wait to see tomorrow.
All right. So your overall prediction
For tomorrow?
what is the timeline on McCarthy decision?
Oh, yeah, on that. He needs to fire him by
Tuesday?
no later than Tuesday morning.
Okay, so Tuesday. Okay.
Yep.
That's when we'll find out.
Yeah.
And then do you think it is definitely a Do you think he's definitely out?
I think you have to fire him because unless you think you can trade him to somebody, which probably ain't gonna happen. But I think you have to fire him because you got to immediately start trying to get Vrabel like the next day.
Yeah. Vrabel's the most. Vrabel or Harbaugh, basically.
Yeah, but the thing about Harbaugh, why would Harbaugh want to go to the NFL when he could get paid more money in college and have none of the headaches?
Well, but also Harbaugh, he's won a national championship, and so he could
Oh, that's
basically
true.
join Jimmy Johnson as a national championship and Super Bowl champion coach, which would be
Yeah, but the thing is, I will tell you one thing: be very wary about Jim Harbaugh because nobody likes him.
I'm just asking.
He just gets he just gets on like they hated him in
Yeah,
San
I
Francisco.
think he'd
They
lose,
actually hated him in Michigan. Like nobody likes him.
right.
So
I think
he's gonna have a short shelf life.
he'd lose the locker room pretty quick.
Oh yeah, he'd lose the locker room very quickly.
It'd be a three-year contract and win or leave.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's got to be Vrabel. And
Vrabel would be so awesome, but I think if you got Vrabel, you'd be good to go. Like you could just get a couple more pieces and be good to go.
His situational knowledge, his entire problem has been he's had no talent.
He's just had a lack of talent, and he has fucking Tannehill. I'm sorry, I swore. My bad. Beep that out.
That's all right. I can't. It's live.
Oh man, sorry. Oh man, I screwed up.
That's fine. Don't worry.
I said I would, and I did.
That's right. So, all right. Well, then I will. We'll put you on the clock for that. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching wild card weekend stuff.
Yeah, go get Vrabel, man. Get Vrabel.
It will be awesome. Let me see.
Nice. We out.
There you go. All right, cool. But yeah, good to see you. Thanks for the chat. We'll talk. We'll do more of this.
All right, sounds good.
Like, subscribe, follow. See you, bye.
Peace.